I want to talk to you guys about consecrated jewelry. I know some of you guys are into eliques. With us Haitians, we don't really do the elique thing, with the colors. But basically, we can say that the basis of all is pretty much the same. But today, this is more of dealing with jewelry whatsoever, or gemstones. I have precious stones here. Semi-precious stones, and I have actual precious stones. As you can see, these are actually diamonds. I've got this watch here because I want to talk about this. I made a video in the past about watches, how they can be used for spiritual purposes. But well, first and foremost, I want to say this. When it comes down to utilizing jewelry for whether it's for love, whether it's for domination, whatever you're using it for, you have to understand that everything has a spirit. Everything has a spirit. Whether it's tektite, whether it's amethyst, whether it's diamonds, everything has a spirit. The metals, whatever you place your gemstones in, and I know people are going to ask me, how do I know? Well, the thing is, the spirit has to show you what metal that the rock should be mounted in. Whether it's a watch, the spirit of the metal or whatever the item is has to show you what can mix with it. Because now, like prime example, as you can see here, these are the same exact rings. One is gold and one is another metal. I'm not going to reveal what it is. But as you can see, there's actually diamonds in it. Why wasn't the diamond put on this one? Well, because the spirit behind this metal did not want diamonds on it. So if you wear this with diamonds on it, what's going to happen is that you may start having headaches, you may start having fevers and things of that nature. Now you'll think, oh well, it's a normal occurrence, but in reality, it's really the influence of not properly putting things together. This is very important. When you're putting these things together, you got to know what you're doing. For some of you guys making eliques or whatever it is that you're making, wherever it's a piece of jewelry that the person's going to be wearing, you got to take in consideration that when you put these things together, the stones have to be harmonious with the metal. Like in the rap industry, you see a lot of rappers, they deck out their watch whatsoever, but sometimes you got to understand that, hey man, it's really what the spirit wants. Now I want to move into watches. Basically watches is pretty much the same thing. Watches have the ability to basically give you different type of like different qualities, or even give you different forms of blessings. Some watches, if you have the right watch, basically, and you consecrate the right way, the way the spirit wants, it can draw love into your life. Some can draw luck into your life. Some can even give you spiritual guidance. But I'm gonna give you an example about watch whatsoever. Like this watch here, I'm gonna open it up a little bit. Like this is actually a Rolex Submariner, but I'm gonna give you a little detail to it. I actually took off the bezel, the original bezel whatsoever, because I actually have a custom bezel that I actually made whatsoever. Now, but I'm just gonna put this here so I can show you, because I just opened the back up. The thing about watches, you can't just get a quartz watch. When I say quartz, if you're talking about things for spiritual elevation, you can't just get a quartz watch. A quartz watch is basically anything that's battery powered. If a person says they have a Rolex watch, it's not to basically talk about fake or real, but likelihood, when you're talking about watches, using them for spiritual, elevation whatsoever, you have to understand that real watches or timepieces are mechanical. There are no batteries in this watch, as you can see. This is basically a mechanical watch. This is all a motor, that's ran by itself, through the movement of the body. That's what gives its motion. I'm going to close this back up because we don't want to be losing, or basically messing with the motor. This thing costs you thousands of dollars to fix. Actually, yeah, let's put this cap back on for a moment. Let me get this thing back on. But yeah, this is a little process of actually turning this thing, putting it back in place. But actually, I'm not going to focus on that right now. I'm just going to hold it together for now because I know time is on me. Now, the thing about this piece here, you have to understand, even when you're putting these things together, the spirit of the metal or the watch, whatever the item is, it has to basically inform you or let you know whether or not it's going to take a foreign bezel. Sometimes you can buy a Rolex. I'm gonna give you an example. Or sometimes you can buy a mechanical watch. I'm gonna give you an example. You know, because this is a great error that people make. Just because you buy a watch doesn't mean that it's safe to wear. Now I'm gonna give you something real quick. This watch here, this is another two-tone Rolex Submariner. When I bought it, originally it had like a lume, but the lume, basically I had a vision in my sleep one night that there's a dark entity that showed me that it was removing like a pearl or ripping a pearl out of something, and it was covered in all black. And that was because I slept with this watch, and it showed me every time I wore this watch when I first got it, you know, basically I was having a headache. So what I had to do customly was basically take the original lume out of the Submariner and put a gold piece there instead, a nice gold piece there to basically, follow with the lining. And ever since then, I never had a headache after that. So I say to you guys, when it comes down to pieces, you got to really have some type of spiritual connection to really put these things into practice. Again, some watches can bestow you with different qualities, different abilities, and even different blessings. Some watches can bestow love in your life. Some can give you the power of dominance, But now, when talking about this watch here, this is the custom piece that I have on it, So basically, this is how it actually looks, It's basically decked out in diamonds. But the thing is, some watches, you can't do that. It all depends on what the spirit wants you to basically put together, because some watches you can't wear it with the bracelet. Some people, I remember I had this last watch whatsoever, and somebody was like, why the hell did you put diamonds on a rubber bracelet? Basically this is a bracelet that I had on an old mechanical Rolex watch whatsoever, and I took the bracelet the bracelet off, which is basically this steel band here. Holy shit, it's falling apart, but anyway, I gotta put this back together. But anyway, I took this bracelet off here, and I basically replaced it because the spirit wasn't allowing me to it wasn't basically functioning correctly in my favor with me having the diamonds on. I was getting headaches and I was feeling sick whatsoever. So basically I replaced the side links. But the thing is, you can't, it's not something that you're gonna guess. You're not gonna guess this thing here, man, because it's like you gotta interact with the spirit, because there's no, I'm just gonna put whatever I want to do. No, it doesn't work like that. Like even this piece here, I'm gonna have to customize this piece because I actually bought it. It's actually gold and it actually has diamonds in here. That's not supposed to be. Doing this shit here will definitely fuck up a lot of situations. So right now I'm going to basically change this whatsoever. But just want to talk to you guys about bijoux consacré, because it's more than just switching the things around. Because now you got to take into account what the spirit wants to eat, because now when you're wearing these things, they're protecting you, but they're going to want something in return. This is not saying, you got a spirit inside that item, because I open it, you don't see nothing there. This is something spiritual, So with that said, I conclude this video. I hope this video was informative. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.